when you enter the world of Valmont, which is more than a skincare brand today. It's a style of life. You really enjoy the five senses.
And we call it a world of emotion.
Welcome to Rodeo Drive, the podcast, the show about the visionaries who keep 3 blocks in Beverly Hills at the forefront of fashion and culture. I'm Kay Monica Rose with the Rodeo Drive Committee.
And I'm Lyn Winter, your host for this episode. Since the beginning of time, humans have sought the secret to eternal youth and beauty. One brand that may have got closer to cracking the code is La Maison Valmont. That's the luxury Swiss skincare brand whose products include the $1,000 jars of crème merveilleuse made with pure alpine water and even the DNA of gold sturgeon. Now, La Maison Valmont has opened a boutique on Rodeo Drive, and there you'll find not just its beauty line, fragrances and treatments, but also changing exhibitions of art. Why are the works of art in a skincare salon, and what's the cellular science behind the products? I found out when I spoke with artistic director Didier Guillon and CEO Sophie van Guillon, also the scientist behind the brand's luxury cosmetics. Sophie and Didier, welcome to Rodeo Drive, the podcast.
Good morning.
Good morning, Lyn. Thank you very much for welcoming us.
It's a pleasure. So, Sophie, I'm going to start with a question for you. Very excited to talk to you in the lead up to the opening of your first boutique in Beverly Hills on 2 Rodeo Drive, opening this summer. So in California and obviously in Beverly Hills, there's a great interest in being beautiful and glowing. So you're French and you're living in Switzerland, but you studied in California. So was Rodeo Drive on your radar as long ago as the 1980s?
I always had a very special relationship with the U.S. And 40 years ago, I studied in San Francisco. So, of course, like many people, when you discover California, you leave your heart and your shoes and everything you can in California. But I had to leave because it's not so easy to get the green card and go back to Europe. But this is where I learned a lot from the major big brands, like luxury brands from Paris.
Can I add that our oldest daughter, is a surfer. She loves to surf. So it was evident that we should have Venice, but not the Venice in Italy, but your Venice as a destination, even if we open the boutique on Rodeo Drive.
And what does La Maison Valmont actually mean? What is the meaning of Valmont?
So Val is for the valley and Mont is mountain. So Valmont is it was born in a clinic between the valley and the mountain in the clinic Valmont.
So Didier, the company began many years ago, and you come from a very interesting lineage of gallery owners, collectors, and artists. So how did the Maison Valmont begin?
So the brand started in 1985 in the Clinique Valmont. It was a sort of chance meeting between Mrs. Chua, who was the director of the clinic, having every day guests saying, why don't you launch a cosmetic line? And she met Nadia Aval.
She was a scientist, and unfortunately, she's not with us anymore. She died in 2008. And she helped us building the brand Valmont with the cellular science, which was at that time a huge discovery, because if you use cellular cosmetics, you're very biocompatible and it works by biomimetism. So it's a lot about biology of your skin, how it works, how it reacts, all the different functions and all the different reactions. And she could trigger these reactions. She would enhance the natural reactions and functions of the cells and of the skin.
I think it's incredible, particularly at that time. But Didier, your father was also a pharmacist and he founded the baby care brand Mustela. So you were sort of involved in both skincare and art always. Is that right?
Yes, right. And just to answer to your question, so at the end of the 80s, I'm invited by the group Mustela, to go to Switzerland, where I've never been before, to do what we call a due diligence of this brand Valmont, to see if it was interesting for the group Mustela to buy it. Never been to Switzerland. Imagine the lake, imagine the forest, imagine the nature, the waterfalls, everything. I was working in Paris. I love Paris, but it was quite difficult. So I arrived and I have the feeling that it's a perfect nest for a cosmetic brand, which mission will be to give you a timeless or a long-lasting effect on your skin. Why? Because Switzerland can be considered as the most, I would say, sustainable country, offering a lot of opportunities. You have the feeling it's a train was passing by, and I decided to jump in the train.
And you say that your products are Swiss cellular cosmetics. What does that actually mean? Do the products regenerate our own cells, or are we adding cells from elsewhere?
Oh, that's a very good question. The cellular cosmetics is first, it's a concept, an idea, and a phenomenon that is mainly Swiss. So it started with the rejuvenation clinics by the shores of Switzerland. And it is one of the traditions that we still hold, you know. And one of these clinics were Valmont. So there we used to practice cellulotherapy. I know I have a French accent. I'm sorry about that. But it means you treat rejuvenation by living cells. And actually these living cells were also used in the La Prairie Clinique, that was also at the same movement, at the origin of this movement from the cellulotherapy back in 1985, because they were using cells of black sheep liver. Why the black sheep? So they would be injected into your own metabolism to help you rejuvenate, because there's a very close compatibility with the human metabolism. And the black sheep was interesting in the way that they had such a strong immune system that it never fell ill. So today, you know that it's still very much on in the minds and spirits of many people in the world. Well, the happy few and the wealthy ones who always strive for a perfect immune system. So here is the loop. We're very much on in the mind of people.
So is that why some of your products are derived from fish, from salmon and sturgeon? Is that the same principle?
Absolutely. We can draw a parallel from cellular therapy with the cells of the black sheeps to the cells that are used in the skincare and cosmetics, the cells that are stemming from the wild salmon. So it's cellular knowledge and science applied to cosmetics.
So you also have water as an important part from Switzerland, from the glaciers in your products. Is it effective in our dry Southern Californian environment? It's interesting because obviously in humid environments, our skin tends to look better. But, you know, in California, it's a very dry environment.
That is true. Yeah, it's very dry. And the water of the skin is important from outside and from inside. So it's a balance, because you have the skin is automatically balancing its moisture level. Okay, we call that the natural moisturizing factor. You see, and the fact that we put in some glacial spring water from the Swiss Alps is helping very much, because you know that in the skin you have a lot of interaction between the minerals. We have, as human beings, we have a high concentration of minerals like calcium, sodium, potassium. All this is in our inner self because we're born like this. Okay. We belong to global nature. And by bringing the glacial spring water, which is perfectly balanced, because this is Mother Nature from Switzerland. I'm so proud of Switzerland who has done it. And this is giving us an opportunity to grant it to all people of the world, the ones who are using it. So we have introduced it by 20% inside the formulas. Yes. So it is very important to really push and really support your balance of your own minerals inside your skin and inside your cells. I don't know if this is clear, but this helps.
I mean, you talk a lot about Mother Nature and you use DNA in your products. Do you think that some of us are born with a kind of genetic gift for a more youthful skin, or do you think we need to add to our DNA to create that?
Yes. Unfortunately, I have to say that Mother Nature and Providence is not equal to everybody. So the appearance of youthfulness is a result of your genetic luggage, I would say. So some have a good genetic asset and some don't have. But in both ways, in both cases, you can add. You can, or you might, or you must. I would say you must because I'm a beauty freak, and a skincare freak. So it's a combination of what you inherit, and also how you treat yourself. Meaning your own metabolism, but also how you handle your own mechanism. Some people need to rest more, and some people always look young and fresh, even if you don't rest so much. But in any case, and in many cases, cosmetic and visible effective skincare helps. And this is where we enter on stage.
The original Valmont clinic in Switzerland on the banks of Lake Geneva was involved in hydrotherapy, but it was also one of the first places to explore cosmetic surgery. And as you know, cosmetic surgery is a huge industry in LA, and people have extreme facelifts and invasive treatments. Do you think it's possible to retain a youthful face without surgery?
Surgery, certainly. However, nowadays, the attitude to beauty has evolved a lot. It has become very common, and especially in LA and in California, a lot of younger women go straight to do some lip plumping.
Yeah, and fillers and Botox are very common, even with younger people, which I want to talk about in a minute. Do you recommend that for people? Is that something that you offer at the Maison Valmont, or is it?
It's very interesting. Your question is very interesting. The way they do in Europe, there's also a big market for injections and fillers. That's easy nowadays. You just go between for lunchtime and you get out. Nobody can see. It's fine. You go back to the office. That's great. But if you go on the other procedures, meaning radiofrequency, peelings, lasers, it is more rushing your skin. So you can see the skin is swollen, it's red, it hurts also because it can burn. And this is where we are a very good partner, because we have the 98% collagen, pure collagen coming in, and in a blink of an eye, it takes out the swellness, it takes out the redness.
Right.
It's a very efficient and visible repair product.
I was also reading that among teenagers and pre-teenagers, there is a huge trend for them to be, asking their parents to buy them these anti-aging creams that are probably not suitable for their skin. And I was just curious, like, what is your opinion in terms of, these teenagers and what they should be doing?
The skin is going to reply to mishandling Because if you use, because in our case, for instance, we have 5 collections. 2 collections and a half are for younger people, and 2 and a half are more for mature people. Let's say you're 25 and you want to use a collection that is more meant for mature skin. Your skin biologically is going to react by itself. It's going to reject, and then you're going to have a load of fat on top of your skin and start to create like pimples because it's rejection. You have to fuse with nature to have the best of it. So I wouldn't say I'm a plant organic based skincare line, but we're combining to really adjust ourselves to nature. And if it is too much, nature is going to reject it. So your skin is going to reply and going to express misunderstanding. It doesn't accept it. So you will understand by yourself. Even teenager will get to reality and comply with their skin.
So I'm going to turn now to Didier to talk a little bit about the, connection to art and how, the brand is really bridging the worlds of beauty and art. And as an artist and an art lover and a patron, what is your role as artistic director in the company?
Out of the box, I'm trying to push windows where, the team, our collaborators can discover something different than just communicating on the excellence of the product. Of course, it's important to say that we have amazing products, but if we don't welcome our customer in a different environment, if we don't bring them some emotion, we believe that we are in a competition with the other brand. But if you put your excellent product, fantastic moisturizing cream, anti-aging cream in a global environment where you will give emotion to your customers, we believe that it will help them to understand what is the mission of Valmont.
And what is that experience? So when you walk into the Rodeo Drive boutique, what is the experience? How do you sort of touch and feel the brand?
Of course, the best way to enter our world is at the roots of the brand, meaning you enter through the treatment. So we have 5 collections in Valmont: hydration, luminosity, vitality, V-lift, and V-firm. And here in California, here in Rodeo Drive, we will have this amazing treatment called the Red Carpet of Valmont. That's the best kept secret that is going to be revealed in Rodeo Drive.
Well, so I'm dying to test that, actually, particularly after I took your V skin diagnosis. I'm desperately in need of that treatment.
Yes, so I'm very emotional when I speak of this treatment because I had this treatment. And even if I've been working, developing all these formulas, all these ingredients brought together, I came out of the treatment, I was wondering, oh my God, this is me. Wow, what a nice brand. And actually it's my own brand, and, and the way you people in California are going to live this experience, you will understand why we call it the Red Carpet Valmont treatment. And I have to reveal that it's a blend of our specific ingredients, including the collagen mask, of course, from the bovine, and mixed with a specific machine called Oxylite, which is going to enhance, support, and trigger and potentialize the natural effect. So it's a combination now of science. That is the results of all these devices that have been developed with medical knowledge and the product itself, and of course the hand of the practitioner.
Yeah, I mean, Rodeo Drive has a very long and celebrated history with the red carpet. And I know that your original clinic had some very celebrated customers, Coco Chanel, Sophia Loren. I think there were kings and queens. Do you have any special celebrity clients that you can talk about that are going to come and be part of the Valmont family?
It's the objective to have a community of, I would say, celebrities, rich and famous. But, in Switzerland, we are very prudent and we like to preserve the privacy and confidentiality of names. Of course, we have a long list of wealthy people, rich and famous celebrities buying the product.
I mean, listen, discretion is obviously central to Rodeo Drive. And one of the qualities that I think has made it so successful is how it caters to its VIP and very distinguished clients and provides opportunity for privacy, etc. So I think that goes hand in hand with your Swiss policy.
Rodeo Drive is a so important destination that, and we cannot imagine not having the mission to welcome the rich and famous celebrities in our Maison Valmont.
Well, before I move on to talk about the fragrances, I just want Didier to speak to you a little bit about Venice. I wanted to ask you about your private foundation in Venice, the Palazzo Bonvicini, and if you can tell us a little bit about, what that is, what it does, how you're involved and its connection to the brand.
When you put a step in art, you have one day, you wake up in the morning and you say, my God, we start to have a collection of artworks. We would like to increase the community of customers, Valmont customers, who are really interested by art somewhere. So the best option we will have is to have a palazzo in Venice. Why? Because Venice is the center of art in the world. We go to Venice to see what we are going to buy at Miami or Basel. The idea is also to open a residence where we can welcome artists or customers who want to discover what we are proposing on the art scene. We want to be different. We want to offer something, I would say, out of the box. We have a group of customers who every year now comes because they want to see our exhibition.
I read that for the first time in the Rodeo Drive boutique, you will be presenting curated exhibitions and actually selling art at the boutiques. Is that correct?
It's absolutely correct. Rodeo Drive will be the first, I would say, the first Maison Valmont where we are going to test the concept of on the side of the cosmetic. We will propose not a huge collection, but collection of artworks, which will participate to this mission of welcoming our clients in a more emotional, in a more, I would say, in a different world where they can have some experience. Why? Because the artist can be in LA, for example, Andy Moses. Andy will be very pleased to welcome some of our clients who would like to see, the works, Andy Moses works.
I mean, I think art is taking a big position in the world. I think the voices of artists are more and more important today in our kind of very polarizing political landscape. And I know that, you're very committed to supporting contemporary artists. And in fact, your residences allow artists to come and make work, but I think also to explore your skincare products in Hydra and Barcelona and Verbier. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We have in all our residents, we have, cabins where you can, when you are in residence, you can experiment our treatment in Barcelona, in Venice, in Hydra or in Verbier.
Well, I wanted to talk a little bit now about the fragrances, because Sophie, I know that is something that you've been very involved with and began your career with the houses of Balmain, Oscar de la Renta, Yves Saint Laurent, and that you have this phyto-alpine garden in Switzerland where you grow some extraordinary products organically for the fragrances. Could you tell us a little bit about those lines and how that has evolved?
I have three major plants that I grow there, which are the Rosa moscata, the Echinacea, and the sea buckthorn. There are the essential plants that we put inside Elixir. But now, actually, you will have great news because it's very fresh. We're going to move the Phyto-Alpine Garden in 2025. And there I will move into a larger spectrum of more species, but we will have a special spot just for Valmont, which will still represent these three major plants. But there in the place where we're intending to move, you will have a bigger collection of plants and also alpine plants. Some of them are, how do you say, provide smell? Odorifère, we say in French, which could be used in fragrance. Aromatic, okay. We came out with 5 first extracts in 2018. Now in 2024, we're going to have about 8 extracts, one coming up soon, very soon, and that we will be very happy to present to the press and to the world. So the idea came from Storie Veneziane, so it means Venetian stories, came from the fact that Didier decided to give an address to the foundation in Venice. And for the history of fragrance, we all know that the very first science of fragrances came from Venice and from Italy, because it was a very important trade place where people used to stop back in the 14th century, and then the 15th century. That was the century of glamour and trade exchange between the East and the West. And where you consider exchange, then you consider trading, then you consider seduction, then you consider fragrances, and of course, clothing and fashion, and that was the period of the City of Light of that time.
Fantastic. And will there be a special fragrance made in response to California or Beverly Hills?
Good question. Sophie, we were talking about Venice for the surf. I would say, yes, but the smell should be more sand and sea.
I have a fragrance called Sea Bliss. So that's the one that would be for California. Sea Bliss. It's a fresh scent with ozonic appeal, reminding us of the waves of the ocean, and it's fresh and it's a little bit flowery, so it really fits the Californians and the surfers, of course.
I have to say that we have a fantastic fragrance called Scarface. Remember the movie?
Of course. How could you forget?
Of course. And it was my fragrance based on violet. And I did it for a friend who has a terrible disease. And when he was young, he was using a famous fragrance, which doesn't exist anymore. And as a tribute to this friend, who I love this, is my brother, I asked her nose to design this fragrance. The name is Scarface. It's a limited edition, 50 pieces, quite expensive. And I'm dreaming that Rodeo Drive could be the first, the Maison Valmont, who will sell the maximum of Scarface products.
And is there anything that we should expect apart from the rotating exhibitions of art. Is there anything that we should expect in Rodeo Drive in the boutique that you have not done anywhere else in the world?
Yes. We started to have a sort of project here called the Aroma of the Raw. It's a link between the fragrance and the food. How can you design with raw products, raw vegetables, aromatic plants? How can you design a meal, a dish, which can inspire you a fragrance in the future?
It's a great idea because when you enter now, after 40 years of development, when you enter the world of Valmont, which is more than a skincare brand today, it's a style of life, then you really enjoy the five senses. So you have the touch, of course, with our treatments. You have the visuals with all the art and, of course, the beautiful packagings. You have the sound. That each of our treatment now is enhanced with a specific music according to the one you've chosen, and which has been developed by a composer who was really fully aware of the target that we wanted to give to the treatment. Then you have the taste that Didier is telling about, and you have everything there, so including the sound with the music I was just mentioning. So this is a traveling into the five senses in the lifestyle and the world of Valmont.
And we call it a world of emotion.
I look forward to entering that world of emotion, the world of La Maison Valmont on Rodeo Drive. And it was really a pleasure talking to you both.
Thank you, Lyn. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sophie and Didier Guillon of La Maison Valmont. And congratulations on the opening of your new boutique on Rodeo Drive.
Looking forward to welcome you. Thank you.
Rodeo Drive, the podcast, is presented by the Rodeo Drive Committee with the support of the Heyman family, 2 Rodeo Drive, Beverly Wilshire Four Seasons Hotel, and the Beverly Hills Conference and Visitors Bureau. This episode was hosted by Lyn Winter. I'm Kay Monica Rose with the Rodeo Drive Committee. Join us on Instagram at Rodeo Drive.